And we're live.
Live.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining another episode of Dan-A-Plooza. My guest at this time is a model and cosplayer, and she is also part of the Gorgeous Girls, Valkyrie Rose. Let's give a big round of applause for her. Woo. I hope I'm saying that right. Is it Valkyrie Rose or
Valkyria.
Valkyria? My
Yes.
bad. Oop,
No, it gets
that-
mistaken all the time. Like I usually just tell people I go by Val because no one can ever say my name right.
yeah, Valkyria Rose. Okay, kind of like a Val Kilmer. I gotcha. I feel
Yeah.
it. So for those watching and future watching, we have some cool stuff. I'm going to go ahead and show. If people are interested in horror and reading some lovely material right here. This is a magazine of the Gorgeous Girls, and this is Valkyria Rose, and you could see her in this magazine as Beetlejuice. Obviously, you have to buy it if you want to see more of it. I will show the cover, but you don't get anything further.
Totally worth it.
Yeah, you got to pay for it, man. And then they have other merchandise, like they have this wonderful heart, and it is all on the website www.gorgeousgirls.com. So, all right, let's go ahead. That's my plug segment. So, what made you decide to become like a model, and have you always been a fan of horror?
Yeah, since I was a kid, I've always been a fan of horror. My dad
Yeah.
raised me in like the occult, and like since we always go, like whenever we go on vacations, like it's a must that we go on cemetery and ghost tours.
There you
We always
go.
watch horror movies. Like Dracula was like Bram Stoker's Dracula, the 1990 movie, was one of our favorites.
Oh wow.
He would always play like horror pranks on us. Like if we weren't going to a haunted house, like he'd like drive through like a dark road and like stop and pretend he got like murdered.
Oh my goodness.
My dad like ingrained me in horror and scary things. And what made me decide to become a model is when I was like younger, my mom always like took photos of me, so I was kind of used to it. And then my friend Sarah, she was a model. She was a gorgeous girl before me, and she kind of got me more into it. And so when I turned 18, I decided to start modeling and do all that, and it's just evolved from there.
There you go. There you go. So it's always funny whenever I interview models because immediately the song that pops in my head is Right Side Fred. Do my little turn on the catwalk. Yeah, the catwalk.
I love that song so much.
I just feel like there needs to be maybe like a horror theme or something like that, like a remix. Like it would start like do a little turn, then maybe there's Michael Myers or something like into that.
Maybe I can make that happen. Maybe.
maybe you know that's a TikTok maybe.
Right?
But yeah, I think that's great. So do you have like some of your favorite horror? I don't really like to say villains. I'd say horror characters or monsters.
Definitely Billy Loomis from
There you go.
Scream.
Yeah.
He is my all-time crush. My boyfriend's watching, he knows. He's well aware.
Yes, he understands.
So Billy Loomis and Stu Macher, the original Ghostface killers, they're definitely my favorites. Other than that, Freddy Krueger. I actually got to meet Robert Englund, which was really cool.
Awesome.
And Beetlejuice, which, as you can
Michael
see,
Keaton.
is an icon of mine. So
yes.
But yeah, so I would definitely say Scream for sure. The Ghostface killers, they're just my all-time favorite killers.
Yeah, that's did you like the new Scream movie?
Yes, like I know that there's so many mixed reviews about it, but I honestly thought it was really good. I don't know if I can say spoilers or not.
Oh, people have watched it, or they can, you could see it on YouTube already. So,
right, yeah, so like spoiler, but I really, really loved that they brought the like ghost hallucination of Billy. I thought that was the coolest shit ever. I
It
thought the
was.
kills were like those are probably like my favorite kills from any of the Scream movies. Like
Oh
they
yeah.
went ham on them, and that like Dewey's death was like that. Like I was crying when that happened. Like, I was sobbing my eyes out. It was
Dewey.
I was like no, but like this is so cool, but no.
Yeah, I've read where different people and they're like, Dewey should still live. I'm like, what do you want him to, when he's like 60 still, going
He's
around the
about to get
corner,
now. It's his time. It's time to go.
oxygen tank, just.
I did think his death was really cool because it's actually a reference from the Call of Duty games because
Oh yeah.
Ghostface is in it, and that's Ghostface's like signature kill. So I thought
Oh
that was really
yeah.
cool that they kind of referenced that in the movie.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I've read where I guess Nev Campbell may or may not be in the next one, and I kind of understand if you don't want to still be that same person from 1996, and
So now,
you want
yeah,
to, yeah, and you want to move on.
yeah, for sure. Like I can see them like being able to make her not be in it and be in it. Like she has
Yeah,
a place and she doesn't have a place, like they
right.
passed on the torch, but if they really want to milk it more they could. But I think this should have been her last movie, to be completely honest. I think
Oh yeah,
they legitimately like literally say that they passed the torch, so it's like I think it's time for her to retire. I think she deserves it after all the movies that she's been in.
very true. There's one thing that I can't normally stand is when the torch is passed and then it's taken back.
Yeah, like come on, that's not how you pass the torch.
I wasn't ready. I was just playing. Um, but yeah, so I think that's great. Do you remember like any favorite things that you enjoyed? Like maybe like with Halloween. Like have you always been a big fan of Halloween in general?
Oh yeah, like since I was a kid, my favorite thing was getting home. Well, actually no, is getting dressed and going to school in a costume. I remember in high school, I actually won scariest costume, even though I was dressed up as a doll. Around and like I would like rush to my next class, put my stuff down, and then I'd go run around the halls and just act like crazy and being just absolutely psychotic. And the teachers just loved it so much that they were like, "Yep, she wins." And
Teleportation.
I love going to like haunted houses. I
Oh
used to work
yeah,
at a haunted house myself, so that's what I would always do for the past couple of years is work at a haunted
awesome.
house. But
Yeah.
I since retired from that. But I've been visiting haunted houses, and they're just so fun to go to. Like I don't even get scared. I just laugh.
Oh
I love
yeah.
like just laughing and enjoying it.
Yeah, my when I was a kid, my favorite was, well, wasn't horror, but it was Jurassic Park. That's who I was. I was Dr.
Nice.
Alan Grant, and I think I won for most adventurous or something like that as a kid.
That's awesome.
It was that and Garfield, and I would just sit and eat potato chips and just be very lazy.
Should have got lasagna.
I did. I literally I had the I don't know if you remember the costumes where like you had the mask and like the costume would come with it. You had a
Yeah, yeah.
plastic mask. So that's who I was. I was Garfield, and I would carry a little bucket around and eat potato chips and be like,
That's
"Oh,
perfect.
Mary Jane candies. I hate these and Mondays." But is there any other costume that sticks out to mind other than the creepy doll that means a lot to you?
Um, since I've been working at a haunted house for these past couple years,
Uh
not
huh.
really, because I just did my haunt character for Halloween because I'd be working Halloween.
Right.
But like I mean, I guess outside of Halloween, it'd be my Victorian Beetlejuice for
Oh,
sure.
there you go.
Yeah,
Is is he kind of proper or anything like that? Being Victorian or?
yeah. So it's like a Victorian dress with a giant hoop skirt. My hair is like all done, like all like in like a big updo. I have like an
Oh
umbrella
wow.
that I go around with. Very proper. Like I try not to like go too chaotic with it because
Yeah.
I want to have that like hoity-toityness to it.
Hoity
Uh,
toity.
like I even like my lipstick. I even like put on like the little like heart like thing
Aw,
where it's
there
like
you go. There's no teacups or anything, right? No.
Maybe I might get a tea set, like a pinch tea set. There we go. I'll do a photo shoot like that.
If you say her name 3 times, she appears with tea.
It's tea time.
Exactly. It's the host of the most with some tea and crumps. So, do you ever see yourself like as an actor, like in the world of film, or are you
Yeah,
more?
I've thought about it for sure. I used to, like, when I was in high school, I did a ton of theater acting, and it was one of my favorite things to do. And that's kind of another reason why I got into cosplay and modeling, is because I want to like eventually evolve that into acting. Um, I've always been typecasted as playing like the psychotic person, which isn't much of a surprise. I remember my last role in high school was this actress who, like, she was meant to, like, because it was like a horror movie within a play,
Oh
and
wow!
she was meant to be the victim of this horror movie, and it turns into a murder mystery, and so she discovers an actual dead body and gets mad because she's like, no, this isn't fair, like, this is supposed to be my role.
Yes.
How dare you take this role away from me? And so she spends the whole time being mad that she's not the one who died. And actually, like, halfway through the act, I am actually like just stuck in a coffin.
There you go.
Which was so cool. And then I also played another role where I was a hood version of Red Riding Hood.
There you
So
go.
I've always been typecasted as a psychotic role. I've been, like, people have reached out to me about doing short films and like
Yeah.
being either like the victim or like being the crazy one. So I'm like, I will do either or. Like, I love doing that kind of stuff so much. I have a
Yeah.
mighty scream. Becoming a scream queen is definitely a goal of mine.
Exactly. Well, we will do whatever we can in Dan-A-Plooza to hopefully make that reality and push you forward. So,
Yeah, for
uh,
sure.
definitely. I've done some film as well. I'm normally kind of the crazy, kooky character and someone that's a little bit insane. So that's
We're
just
like
my.
minded.
Yes, yes. It actually is on I think on Amazon Prime. No knock list. So I play a demented chef in that
Nice.
character. Yeah, it was really interesting, and it was like my second film. So like I don't know like how you are like when you're first getting to know people, but like I was very like shy, and then like working on that. But
Yeah,
do
I
you?
definitely when I meet new people, I definitely have a shell at first, and
Yeah.
like people think I'm like really quiet, and like they're like, "Oh, she's so sweet and innocent." I'm like, "No." Once
No.
you know, I'm not. I'm very right now. I don't know your vibes.
I'm I'm really reading them out, and I'm just
Yeah,
trying to see what they are. Really, you don't know like how how I really am. There's no warning label.
yeah.
um could you ever see yourself like because I think of like certain horror movies, and sometimes there's always that small inanimate object. There's Child's Play. I think of Trilogy of Terror
Mhm.
and Gremlins. Do you ever think you would be interested in something where maybe you would have to interact with something like that's a small inanimate object or on a green screen or
I feel like it'd definitely be interesting because I've never done that before.
oh yeah.
I think it would take. I would be laughing a lot of times because I know
Yeah.
it would be so ridiculous. Like, if I just had to like act like a doll was chasing me. um,
Yeah.
but I feel like I'd get used to it after a bit. I just feel like there's definitely going to be a lot of bloopers because I'm just
Yeah.
going to be like, oh my gosh, what is happening? What am I doing right now?
You don't want to be like, come on, catch up already. Come on. Oh, he fell. So yeah. Yeah, I definitely feel like I could see you in certain movies. I would probably even like to say that you would probably do well in the Child's Play series. I don't know if you've seen that
Yeah, yeah, I've
streaming right
definitely seen
now.
cosplay. Yeah, I actually cosplay Chucky, so there we go.
There you go. There you go. Heidi ho. But is there, if you could do like any kind of like dream photo shoot, like anywhere, any stage, any props, do you know what that
I
would be?
I have always wanted to do like this really cool like post-apocalyptic oh my gosh. You know
Apocalyptic world,
yeah,
yeah.
one of those shoots like in a desert
Yeah.
and like kind of like Mad Max it. Um
Oh, there you go.
Get like a gas mask and like all kinds of chains and like
Yeah.
fishnet and
Dune buggies.
mesh. Yeah, just all kinds of different stuff. Just like uh, Fallout 76 or like just the Fallout series of what comes into mind for
Oh
that.
yeah.
Being like one of like the brutes that you see.
Definitely.
I would love to do one of those. Like I would love to go to a desert and do one of those kind of shoots,
Yeah,
or like
that would
even like
be
a ghost town in a desert.
true. Yeah, I think that would be really cool, with that getting that Mad Max vibe and hopefully I don't know, would you do any kind of like action kind of sequence or more?
Oh, absolutely! I would love to do it, and I'll be like whipping that thing around, and swinging it.
You'll be going around in the dune buggy just
Yes, yes.
Did you get the shot? Did you get it? It's a blurb. Okay, I'm coming back.
I'll be like, do it again. Take two.
Exactly. um, but yeah, I definitely could see that, or probably more like in a zombie film too.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a big fan of some of the zombie films, such like Night of the Living Dead, Return of the Living Dead, Walking Dead?
I've never actually watched Walking Dead, but like the Night of the Living Dead, like for sure.
Oh yeah.
My favorite zombie movie though would have to be is this the Train to Busan? Is that what I'm thinking of? It's a Japanese film, and
Okay.
zombie apocalypse happens like on a train, and so like they have to like it's so intense, it's so crazy, and like I'm not usually one to do subtitles, but like this movie is so worth like reading the subtitles for.
Oh yeah.
It is like it's a very emotional movie for sure. But it's such a cool concept because you never like think about like what happens if the zombie apocalypse happens on like such
Right.
a closed space like that. And it turns into such chaos and mayhem and gore so quickly.
Exactly. I haven't seen that. I'll have to watch that.
Yeah, I
um,
think it's called Train to Busan if I remember correctly.
okay. Yeah. I have watched The Walking Dead. Return of the Living Dead is my favorite.
Okay,
I
nice.
just love the whole punk vibe, and I just like the whole graveyard scene, and
Yeah.
I just think that that's a classic for the time frame of when it was launched. So
Yeah, I know one of my brothers. He is a huge Tom Savini fan, so like
yeah.
I'm familiar with them because of that.
Yeah, he's I don't know if you ever got to talk to him. Tom's a pretty cool guy.
I've gotten the chance to, but I've always been so busy with vending that I never
Yeah.
got like I never got the opportunity. Like, but he's
Yeah.
been at a few cons, and like I think the last con that we were both at together, he was actually just down the lane from us.
Down the lane, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cool, and Linnea Quigley, I know that's one of my favorite that I've ever met. She's really cool too.
Yeah.
So, do you have like a certain fantasy guest you want to meet at these conventions? Like, is there like the top of like the coup de grace? Like, who is?
I've already met Skeet Ulrich and Matthew
There you
Miller. Those have been my dream ones. I would love to meet them again. Another one would be Bruce Campbell. I met him once,
yeah.
but like I never got like I got the autograph from my ex, and I never got to keep the autograph and like again and like actually having a conversation with him because like it was like oh, here's your autograph, go kind of thing. I would love to have a conversation with him for sure. Another one would be the I can't remember his name. I'm so bad at names. He was the Gomez Adams from the 1990s Adams movies, but I know that he's passed.
Okay. Yeah.
So, like, I'll never be able to meet him, but like if I could have, he would like I would have loved to just get to know him and like have a conversation with him for sure.
You don't want to do the mamushka during the photo op?
Dude, that would be so cool. I would love that. Sword fight with him.
Exactly. I dropped my sword. Hold on. I have met Bruce Campbell, but only virtually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Wizard World had that, and we just did a photo like we're smoldering. So
right.
I'll have to share that if you want to see that. But yeah,
I will love to.
That was a lot of fun. Is there a certain scream queen that you kind of look up to?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
There you go.
Jamie Lee Curtis and Neve Campbell. Those are the two scream queens. I guess Neve really isn't a scream queen because I don't think she ever screams in her movies. She's so tough, but yeah, if you count her, definitely her for sure as well. But Jamie Lee Curtis and sorry, my dad's texting me.
That's okay.
But yeah, those two would definitely be they're like my idols. Jamie, she just does so well in the Halloween movies.
Oh yeah.
That's another one that I think she finally deserves to retire.
Yeah.
Definitely. But I'm excited to see the new movie, Halloween Ends. I'm excited to see where that leads to. I'm wondering if they're gonna kill her because I was seeing the trailer. I'm like, this is getting kind of intense.
I will tell you, one of my friends is in that movie.
Oh, really?
Acted, yeah. And they used part of her street or house, and she's like, I don't know why I'm doing this movie, Dan, because horror movies freak me out, And she used to get terrified of the person dressed as Michael Myers. And I'm like, why are you doing this? So... but yeah, it should be good. Did you watch the last Halloween one?
I did, yes. I have mixed reviews on that one. I thought the kills are really good, but when they started doing the evil dies tonight, 20 million times. Okay. This is too much. This is evil's not dying tonight. We know there's gonna be the next movie. Stop saying it. And some of the character choices, I was just this is a bit iffy. But I thought I'd give it a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, they overplay. Look, we know when you're making an anthology Blu-ray steelbook, all right, there's no way nobody's dying tonight, just
right. Yeah, once when they said it the first 5 times, I'm like, okay, cool. But the whole second half of the movie was just that line, every other line.
We got to put this line in the script every time. Okay, I think it's a bit much. Oh man, good. Definitely. That's interesting. You bring up Neve Campbell. I've never seen her scream either in the movies. I wonder if she's I just don't have time for.
She's tough in her movies. She's just she's a boss at it. She's just you know what? There's a killer on the loose. Get it.
It's go time. Definitely. Do you like some of the silly kind of horror movies? And when I say silly, kind of like Leprechaun and
yes. My boyfriend hates it because I love B-rated movies so much. The more cheesier the movie, the more I love it. Exactly. I don't care how bad the plot is. If you're making me laugh, I'm enjoying it. If I'm cringing, I'm enjoying it.
I like the first one. Did you see the last Leprechaun movie?
I did not, no.
Oh man, it was they definitely had some cheese factor. I'm glad they brought Ozzy back because they brought Ozzy back from the first one in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
But some of the kills were kind of some were lame, some were good. I like the one where he grabs the guy in the mailbox and everything like that.
Right.
Kills him in the mailbox. But some of them, It's not as bad as Leprechaun in space, but you know.
I feel like they have to do that with like every slasher now. Like you got Jason in space. Now we need Halloween in space. Lori and Michael get cryo frozen, and they have to fight each other 100 years later.
There's like, this would be really silly, but there's like a rocket and like Laurie's like there, and then there's like another rocket and he's like following, you know.
Yes.
She like lands on the moon. He's on the Land Rover.
Ghostface, like the Ghostface killers have never stopped. It's been 50 years and they're still doing it.
They're still doing it.
And that's in her retirement home going, God damn it. Not again.
I don't have time for this.
Not this shit again.
Yeah. Although I would think it would be funny in space because then, you know, you have that dynamic of fighting in space and, you know, takes the knife and then it floats away because of gravity. And it's like, this just kills the whole mood. So, oh man, that gives me Starship Trooper vibes. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
No, I haven't. No. I don't think I've heard of it before.
Yeah. That's it's kind of like action and horror, but it's got Casper Van Dien in it. So it's good for what it is. Actually, Gary Busey's son is in there. He's in there.
Alrighty.
So, have you ever met Gary Busey?
I have not. No. No.
That is a treat in itself. I met him.
Oh, go ahead.
I've met him, and we talked about Silver Bullet.
Nice.
I don't know if you ever seen that.
No, I haven't.
Oh my goodness, it's great. He plays the uncle protecting the kids from the bad werewolf. Oh. And I was like, Gary, when I saw Silver Bullet, he goes, I was made for that movie. I go, true.
I think my favorite person I've ever met has been Kane Hodder. Super sweet guy, just absolutely down to earth. But the funny thing about him is that the first time I met him, he's really close friends with my boss, E-Rock, who's the owner of the Gorgeous Girls.
Oh, okay.
And we were all at the bar together, and I was kind of sitting away talking to somebody else, and E-Rock comes over, and he's like, hey, Kane wants to talk to you. And I'm like, me? So I go over to him, and he's like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, hey, what's up? Why want to talk? And he's like, I want to show you something. And he shows me a watch on his phone. And I'm like, okay. And then like starts slowly zooming out, and it's on a giant penis, and I'm just like, what? I'm like laughing, like this is what you wanted to talk to? Like, we've never talked before. This is before. Okay. I was like, all right. And we started shooting the shit and just talking and like doing all our banter, and we started laughing about it. We started talking about ghost hunting, and like he was just super down to earth and super nice, and like I love meeting him.
Oh yeah. I've met him before too. Favorite of mine is Sid Haig. Rest in peace, Sid.
Yeah, Sid. I've met him once, and right before he died, and like, oh my gosh, he actually. When I met him, I was doing Adeline, who is my haunt character. So I was in character, being just absolutely psychotic. I was crawling on the ground, growling, and like he actually complimented me and like said like, dude, you're doing amazing. And I was just like, I almost broke character, like.
You're like the heart just grows.
Heart grows 3 times larger.
Bigger. That day, her heart grew 3 times sizes larger. Yeah, he was the first person I ever took a selfie with. Was Sid Haig.
That's sweet.
We said Tutti Frutti and took a picture together.
Aww.
So, can you still hear me? I thought my
yeah, I can still hear you. Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to say or promote on Dan-A-Plooza before we wrap it up?
Well, if you're in the Indiana area, or if you're willing to travel to Indiana, the Bell Mansion, which is a historic haunted place that I work at, we're having a masquerade ball October 29th. It's going to be super fun. costume contests and everything. So if you love cosplay like as much as I do, definitely come out and enter the costume contest. It's going to be music, food, dancing, all kinds of different stuff. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay. We seem to be having a little bit of audio issue. I can't hear anymore the sound wise.
Oh
So we'll go ahead and end it. And I want to thank my guest at this time, and keep supporting Dan-A-Plooza, and have a good night. And end.